even par for this third round. Last year, struggled on the weekend.
It's cut out on
to have even been here last year, barely a year since then. A fatal car crash. It was a walking miracle. Peters third.
Peters, oh, stay up. Kept it on the ledge. He's probably 22 feet.
40-something degrees out, but after the bogey back on 12 and that misfire, Thomas Peters.
So that group will have looks at birdies. Koepka 13, Rahm 11, Morikawa 7, Victor Hovland at 6, Phil at 6.
You can get your junior into the
Sam
game.
Bennett,
Go to
amateur
drivechipandputt.com to learn more and to register for a local event near you.
Koepka's got a, I would say, commanding lead at the moment. But there's a lot of golf to play. Phil, that's a storyline. Bennett, the amateur, that's a storyline. Yeah. Victor Hovland, I think he's looking for his first major, definitely his first Masters. Young guy, great player. Yeah, Victor, Phil, and Sam Bennett all at 6 under par. Sam Bennett 2 over today. He can't have played more than 2 holes. It has to be nerve-wracking as an amateur. This caddy needs to put horse blinders on, you know. He needs to put his earbuds in, his AirPods, whatever. Forget about everything that's going on. Big stage. Got to be tough for an amateur. I think he's at Texas. I can't remember exactly. Or Texas A&M, I think that's his school. Representing the SEC.
Colin
He needs some birdies, you know. I'm just going to put it frankly. He needs some birdies.
Morikawa moves to third place alone. Thomas Peters for birdie.
Peters
Yes.
rolling it in.
What a way to bounce back after a bogey back on 12.
Nice
Errant
putt.
wedge to
Looks
this
like
target.
it's starting to drizzle a
Putter
little,
makes all things right.
which is frustrating on a putting green, especially
Inside
if
the
you have
cut
a longer
line
putt,
after
because
late bogeys
changes
from
the speed,
Sung J.M. and Justin Thomas.
which will
Same for Tiger Woods. When Tiger finished this morning with bogeys at 17 and 18,
Tiger's getting ready to go to Bell.
outside the cut line, but his good friend Justin Thomas
Monday
bogeyed 17
morning.
and 18 as well to miss the cut, and Sung J.M. had to make a putt just to make the cut. And now Sung J playing with Tiger. This is Tiger Woods for birdie.
It's 4 over par. Yeah.
For his third round.
It'll wander just
And even
gently
if he
from
brushes
his
the
left-hand
sand,
side
it's,
to the right.
You know.
What's the technique? Eyes still, head
16
still, body
shots off the
still.
lead.
Release, hold to finish.
Nope.
It's like he swings to that picture. His dad, Earl, told him to putt to the picture. Throughout the career, he's done that. And man, has this guy made some putts when it meant
What a
something.
beautiful putting stroke. Tiger Woods has the best putting stroke
golf course
in golf.
all over the world. But,
a fairly upright stance compared to a lot of people,
misread there.
but it looks natural for him. The tempo,
labor.
I like. Tiger rarely leaves a
How
putt
much more
short,
difficult is it?
which is
in these
important
conditions,
because
especially the temperature.
if you don't
Well,
get
the
it
ground gets
to
heavier.
the hole, it's not
Ground
going to
is
go in.
hilly. This premises is
Ever.
very undulating. Everything flows from the Berkman's clubhouse all the way down to the lowest point of the golf course, which is 11, 12, and almost 13 over here. So you're trudging downhill and uphill with the moisture in the ground.
8-9 feet here.
It's a heavy
straight
walk
uphill.
now
This
too,
putt
so
shouldn't
you're
have a
adding
lot of
insult
break in
to
it.
injury for Tiger Woods.
Sung J.M. for birdie.
Got it.
Fantastic stuff.
I would say that putt was
Just
probably dead
quietly
straight.
cobbling
He had
stuff
perfect
together
lead.
after
I mean, just directly
Horrid
back
finish
up
to
the
the round
slope.
this morning, albeit in the worst conditions of the tournament so far.
Albeit
Right,
in the
that's
worst
the last
conditions
group.
in the tournament.
Teed off 10. And the first group that teed off 1 is not yet to Amen Corner, so we will rejoin you when that group of Patrick Cantley, Cameron Smith, and Adam Scott make it into Amen Corner.
Let's
Stay with
probably
us.
slide over to
Our
4, 5,
coverage
6.
of round 3 of the 87th Masters
Check those
continues.
holes out.
And a reminder reminder, you can keep the 87th Masters Tournament within reach anywhere, anytime. Visit Masters.com, download the official app, and sign up for the Masters newsletter.
Certainly did.
A sandy, a one putt, a whiff. He had it all.
That was an adventure. Rahm short right, Bennett on the green, Koepka in the bunker.
That's a good picture of what the course is getting like now.
Yeah.
Not a lot. This is where Cam was, right?
Yep.
Rahm,
Nice
second
shot.
shot on
Way
11.
good.
I don't
Or
see
excuse me,
why
second
Donald
shot
Trump
on
hit it
4,
as high as
par
Cam
3.
did. No, he
It
didn't.
was way right of the
Well,
green.
right.
Whoa.
That's what I was afraid of.
What
that
on
he
earth was that?
Wow.
He obviously didn't hit that.
Cam Smith from a
Hit that
similar
over the
spot got
green.
it within 5 feet.
Nowhere, I mean, it wasn't even the direction of the flag
I
stick.
think conditions have a lot to do with that right there.
So John Rahm.
John Rahm, cousin
That was
Rahm, as we
still
like to call
surprising,
him.
though.
Yeah,
Following
he definitely hit that a little thin,
Thin.
or bladed it a little. Wasn't expecting that at all.
Koepka, greenside bunker,
Brooks has got a nice angle here. Actually, pretty makeable
13
shot.
under.
Relatively speaking.
Yeah, this is a fairly easy bunker shot. We'll check.
Almost
Ooh.
made it.
Great shot.
Almost knocked it in. He's got 3 feet left for his par.
What we've seen of him, rock solid.
Rock
I
solid.
mean, just
And
Interesting
we know that
debate.
he
We've
loves
got
lead.
the PGA Tour
Loves
versus
the
the
lead.
Live Tour thing kind of going on right
he's
now.
finally healthy.
Yep.
I like to see things getting shook up.
That's the key.
I'm pulling for Live Tour guys.
Ahead of the
The
fifth.
PGA
Jason
Tour,
Day went
frankly,
well
just
left
sucks.
and
You
short.
know?
That's going to be a challenging shot. Hovland and Morikawa both in the fairway. This has to be a big hook out of the second cut. Maybe with a 3-wood.
In this weather, that's going to be a lot to ask for, isn't it?
Yeah. Probably going to end up on the right side of the green or somewhere in that area.
Somewhere on the tee at 6.
Cam Young.
That looks like a nice line. And
does.
a 7-iron.
First 7-iron we've seen.
Yeah.
Conditions are so soft, you got to hit it beyond the flagstick to really get it close.
For most players, that's a 6-iron today.
Hovland from the fairway at 5.
Hovland from the fairway at 5. It's not giving me yardages here. He's 6 under. Left that short. It's starting to drizzle.
Uphill
Yeah,
or
it's
not?
very short.
Kind of a double breaker, but
Front of the green. He's a mile and a
it's
half
just getting
away.
harder and harder.
Starting to drizzle down
It's
there.
now third
These
at the
guys
par
probably
3
don't
for
practice
John
in the
Rahm.
rain a lot. I wouldn't
Trying to
imagine.
judge this one correctly, and I think
I mean, they
did.
should.
Three.
but They probably don't.
John Rahm. Almost.
John Rahm, a
nice
heck of a
save.
third
That's
shot,
a big save there.
It
is
is a
you
big
know
save.
a foot away
Not
for his bogey,
A
but
double bogey. You know?
bogeys aren't what you want.
Harp on that all the time, but John Rahm, he's okay going to the next tee.
Especially today. Today, you're going to make bogeys today.
So Rahm did make his 4 to drop a shot. He's at 10 under Morikawa.
Looks like the rain's coming
6
out
shots
pretty good
behind
now.
Koepka.
Morikawa 218. He's on the 5th, par 4, 218 approach shot,
Look at these
7 under
conditions.
par. He's very much in
What a
contention.
We
These
got
guys right here
through
playing in the
the first
rain
couple
now,
groups when the
so
weather
it's
was nice, 'cause
a lot
this
can
is
happen.
now
I mean,
a
absolutely.
battle.
So he's cut it a little to the
Likes it.
right.
And he
Wow.
should.
No,
Great
no,
shot.
good shot.
That's one of the best shots I've seen back to back by Colin
Probably
ever.
20 feet for birdie.
Incredible.
That's phenomenal. Probably the same club.
It might be.
And that ball didn't gather so much mud when it hit the green. It might have trickled down even closer.
And now Bennett birdie.
Bennett for birdie. Left it short.
And we've seen a bunch of those.
Never gave it a
last
chance.
spot.
Like everyone else, misjudging the pace.
Yeah, it's,
Never gave it a chance.
Solid par.
I'm really rooting for this
Okay,
kid.
Sam,
I
that's a
want him
pretty
to do
good
something.
shot.
But I
Sam
know
Bennett is tied for
he's got
fourth
too
best
much
finishes
going on
by
between his
amateurs in
ears right
Masters
now.
history. Ken Venturi, very famously in 1956, after 2 rounds, he was 9 under par. Bennett, best amateur score through 2 rounds since the great Ken Venturi. Sam Bennett has a chance to be in that picture at the end of this Masters. Sam Burns on the tee at 6. Can he get it to the hole and past the hole?
on the
Well
good
struck.
line.
Yep.
Well,
Not quite though. It's
Not
still
bad.
pretty
The
good
stretch
shot.
of holes 4, 5,
I
6.
think at the
It's
end of
tough.
the day,
It's a tough
you make
stretch.
18 pars. You're picking up
Long,
ground.
Yeah.
long
You may not
par
be picking up a
threes,
lot of
which
ground
are
at
hard.
the top, but you're moving up the leaderboard.
The leader,
Getting
Koepka.
through
for par.
those holes at even par. I think everybody in the field would take that.
The actual raindrops hitting the ball when it's going through the air, it's got to reduce your distance 10 to 12, 15%, don't you think,
I
Scott?
think in the last 15 minutes it's gone that much.
Well, Jordan Spieth made a double at the 5th. Now at the 6th.
Good looking shot. Yep. 3 pretty good shots out of that group.
From what we've seen in these conditions, exactly right.
So difficult right now. Jason Day. Well, this is where he ended
Day
up.
at the
We
fifth,
didn't know.
hitting his third. He's
Trying
5
to
under
hook it around
par.
the corner. Day.
I don't know how he's
He
5
hooked
under
it
par.
over.
This guy hasn't been playing
May
that
have
good
clipped
this
the
week.
tree. Getting this far back.
Butchering the par 5s. Absolutely.
Way up high.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, Scott.
Pretty good
Headed
pitch
in the
shot
tree.
there. We'll have a look
Good
at
shot.
Good recovery. He's
his
got a
par.
very makeable.
This is not a beauty contest out here today. When it gets like this, it's how do I make a par? That's all you're thinking about.
Survival.
Our coverage of holes 4, 5, and 6. Koepka,
Yeah,
Ron,
the weather's
Bennett,
definitely going to
now
throw
on
a
the
wrinkle in
tee
this
at
tournament,
the
you know.
Super difficult.
Scores are going to start backing up real
Hovland
quick.
and Day up ahead. Burns, Spieth, and Young.
I would say
playing the par 3,
traditionally
6th.
they would probably stop it
5th has
under
been the
light
toughest
rain,
hole this
probably.
87th Masters.
But they just ran out of
And it's
stoppage
only getting
time.
tougher.
You
It
know?
is getting
They
harder
don't
by
want
the
this
minute.
thing dead on Monday, but
Koepka.
it might. Koepka,
Headed right.
way right, into the gallery.
You heard
You
it.
can hear Brooks say the
That's
water
not
slips
it's
in
not where
between
you want
the
to
club
be.
face, obviously, and the ball,
And you figure the driver is one of the clubs most affected by that.
because it's got the least amount of spin.
The worst part about playing golf in the rain is
Decreased the spin so
holding,
much
gripping the club.
Going forward in the last
I mean,
10 to 20 years.
it's probably not going to
It's even
turn,
worse
but you
now.
think that it is, and so you
These
you
slippery
grip
shots will
firmer,
really
which
go
you don't
offline.
need to do.
Burns.
Affects everything.
Mark that one. He'll have that left for par at 6. Sam Bennett on the tee at 5.
Started left.
I don't think he
Isn't
can get to the
turning.
bunkers. Gonna have to hook that one a little bit, I would imagine.
Can't tell where it went. They don't have a very good camera
So
on
hit
it.
more
Left
fairways
side,
through the
possibly the
first 2
fairway,
rounds than
maybe the rough,
anybody.
but yeah, it's not ideal position.
All right, here's Hovland at the 5th.
Uphill, downhill.
Hovland from his
Back
mile
uphill.
away.
Keep rolling out. Just
So hard to get that one.
Had a good
exactly right.
line. It was just short,
Yeah, it's
way
just-
short. He's still 10 feet from the hole.
it's amazing. And it's getting harder. And these guys are just gonna struggle the rest of the day, unfortunately. It is, like you said, Jeff, who's the toughest?
Golf's an outdoor
Jordan
sport, you
Spieth
know.
would fall into that category of players who can play in these conditions.
Just the way it is, man. It's the same for everybody.
Bounce back after the double. Birdie putt for Jordan.
I think the guy on top of the
Spieth leaving his
leaderboard
birdie short.
kinda
All these
likes
putts are
these
coming up short
conditions,
now.
too.
These
I do,
guys, it's hard.
Plays the
The
tough guy
speed of the
here,
greens have
when he was
changed
winning,
because
you
they're
know,
wet.
Back-to-back opens,
And,
back-to-back PGAs.
It's a hard
Pretty
thing to do to
impressive.
catch
Yes.
up to that.
And pretty tough.
Especially as slick as Augusta's
Par
greens
for
usually
Jordan
are. I mean,
Spieth
they
at the
usually
sixth.
roll
Now John
11,
Rahm
12 on the stump.
had to
Fast.
scramble to make bogey at the fourth.
Good one there.
Rahm, decent shot, right side of the
Cut.
fairway.
Look how far back that is.
Wow.
But yeah,
we just
short.
saw earlier today, Joaquin, under normal circumstances today with no, rain, he pumped it out there 300 yards.
Justin Rose, Adam Scott did the same. Now that putt for Cam Young for birdie comes up a little bit short. That'll be a par for him.
I would bet Rahm's only out there about 260, 270 off the tee. If that.
Max. Yeah, amazing.
Kind of amazing.
Now this would be amazing right here.
Morikawa for his birdie on the fifth.
Likely birdie.
It's a
start
makeable
on 4 and
putt.
5.
Got a chance.
Gotta hit it there. Can't leave it short.
Hang on.
Ooh, just to the right.
Right. I'm still amazed at his second shot.
He's been playing pretty solid all week. I mean, he's still very much
Still
in this
picking up
tournament.
shots on the field with a par.
I don't know anything about him,
No
Morikawa.
kidding.
This is Japanese, I'm assuming.
Hard to play 4 and 5.
But he's
better
been
than
playing
Colin
solid
Morikawa
golf,
just did,
for
and
sure.
Especially that's under perfect conditions.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's with 80 degrees sunshine, and he had 2 great looks and made the first one.
In the years I've been doing this with Scott and you, Dave, I don't remember any player birding 4 and 5.
Burns brushes in his par.
Sam Burns, neither do I.
Solid par.
Now Hovland at the fifth.
Hovland trying to collect his par. It'd be a pretty good 2-putt from where he was
Probably
at.
just outside right. But
Wishes he
really is
wouldn't
gonna
have
come
left it
down
this
to
short, though. He's
make
still
sure you
got.
hit it solid because it's a little slow. Every putt has kind of
It's a
been
10-footer
slow
still.
today because the speed's a little off. So you got to really.
Is Victor overall an
The
aggressive
caddies
putter?
need to be telling
He's
these
an
guys,
excellent putter.
keep it firm.
Good,
keep
good
it firm.
nerves, young nerves.
I think you've called him fearless.
Well,
He just didn't have the
got a
pace.
little
I mean,
that's been the miss on every hole today because
missed it low left.
just not getting the pop off the putter.
Bogey, losing another stroke.
It is
I mean,
getting really wet out there.
I don't know
We
if
had the little
Hovland.
window
Okay, so he
of
birdied
no rain or
number
very
3
light
today,
rain
but
for
I mean, since his
probably
first round, he's just been backing
a
up.
good hour and a half or so.
The early starters probably got 7,
He's
8
definitely
holes.
got the game to win at
In his
Augusta
own
or
advantage.
anywhere for that matter. I mean,
Patrick
he's
Cantlay
a
did
golfer.
take advantage. He's 3 under for his third round. He was the earliest starter. You can see the radar.
It's
I
looking
don't
like
think
even
it's gonna
par
get
is going
lot
to be a good
drier,
score today.
at least for the time
I
being.
hate to say that,
I'm
but
not
it's
a meteorologist.
looking that way.
But I can look at the TV screen.
I'm not colorblind.
All the Masters green on that map is not a good sign.
I think the average winning score for the Masters is like 12 under.
Wow,
I
look
think
at that.
something
It
like
is.
that,
Really coming down.
which is probably what the winning score will be this year if things
You figure
continue
maybe
the
in
way
your
they are.
open career, you might see some conditions like this.
Yeah, in an Open or a Masters, because most places by this point would be underwater.
Yeah, you couldn't play.
Yeah,
played a few Masters
Augusta
with the
drains
Dave
very,
too,
very
like this,
well. I mean, this is
Scott,
the
and I'm
most
sure you have
well-maintained
also,
golf
but
course on the planet,
It's just the
probably by
most
far.
difficult condition you can play
You
in.
know, they have like
tough
hydroponic
sledding,
systems
and
on the
I've played a
greens
couple
that
opens.
can
I've
completely
actually
control the
played in
green
the-
temperature.
I was right in front of the infamous Tiger
just-
81 at Muirfield.
It's the most
where
beautiful grass you've ever
It was
seen.
like this, except that it was
And
blowing about 35.
Money is not an object to
It's
these
all
people
about
at this club.
one shot at a time.
Um,
Just try to survive the next
Whatever.
shot.
I
you
played
know.
in the Senior Open in Wales at Royal Portugal. And all the European players.
Having
said
those
those
pine
2 days
trees
were the
fall
worst 2 they
down,
can remember
you know, in the
back
middle of the
ever.
round.
So
That's something I've never seen.
just like this.
Big. Those were big
Get up
trees.
in the-
But I'm telling
things
you,
ever-
they had those
the
things
Masters
gone in 30
tournament.
minutes.
It is.
I mean,
Rom,
every chainsaw in
he did
Augusta
actually get it out
was
there
out on
282,
17 hacking that
which
stuff
seems
up.
pretty remarkable.
Very remarkable.
Sam Bennett's got this shot almost like what Jason Day had. Koepka saying, "You go." And Koepka's, he's got some issues here now.
I don't know if he's having Sam go for an. Is he looking for an official?
Maybe. Could there be some casual water? Maybe.
Well, Patrick Reed was over there and did take a drop for casual earlier, but
Sam Bennett out
there's
here.
a chance if
I
you're
wish you
looking
could see this
screen
kid.
for
He looks like a horse jockey.
water,
It's tiny.
sure.
And this is a heck of a shot here.
I mean, he is so out of his realm of what's going on.
Oh, the umbrella's
you know.
blowing.
Yeah.
God, is he far enough back to take it up and over the tree?
Which might help
In
him in
normal
this
conditions, I would
circumstance,
say
you know?
yes. But right now, I don't know. I think he's going to have to hook it around it, which is a tall duty.
And that looks like what he's attempting to do.
He got some hook on
He
it.
did.
What a shot.
Wow.
That is
That's
Yeah, but he put it on a
Great
60-yard
shot.
hook. It was
Yeah,
218
that's
yards
awesome.
away,
That's-
up onto the
How much did
green.
he have to draw that?
It looked 20 something yards,
Yep.
which in these conditions
That was
is
60
nearly
yards
impossible.
draw.
It's under it, really flips through it there, trying to hit a low stinging draw.
He has that
Off and up
that
the line.
Texas
And
kind of
he's
a
gotta
low
get the
ball
ball
flight,
up
you
in the air
know.
enough that it just doesn't, snap
Nosedive.
into the nosedive into the ground. That was remarkable.
That's a great shot right there. Man's showing a lot of game, isn't he?
yes, he is. So now Koepka, he's going to play it from there.
All about the contact, right, Jeff?
Some sort of long iron.
He's got 240
drive through.
heading out of the pond straw.
39 from the hole.
Rolled it up
And
onto
that's
the
a
front
good
of the green.
shot.
Very well done.
Two
Again,
excellent shot. Recovery shots.
A mile
on
away
this
from the
green.
hole, but
Amazing.
this is a tough stretch of holes. And with the weather, it's exceptionally tough.
Yeah, I was thinking if you don't have casual water, just stand there a minute.
He might get it.
It might end up, you might be standing in casual water. Great strike, great balance. He did not slip
Koepka's a
in
player.
the, in the
I mean,
wet
he is.
pine straw. That's
Rom,
takes
235.
Now Rom. Big lash at it.
playing a similar shot, bringing it in low.
Front of the green.
I think that's
These
all
guys
they
can
got
get
right
the ball back to the hole.
The conditions are saying that shows you how good Colin Morikawa's shot was.
He's the argument to say, well, maybe there's a little bit more because he just hit such a great shot. Speaking of, on the tee at 6, through the raindrops, he's got a 7-iron.
Morikawa 10 off and 6,
Doesn't get all of
178
it, I'll tell you
yards.
that.
Allegedly,
That's
he's
less
hitting
club
7
than
in the
almost
rain.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
Last
he's
one hit
yanked it
7 irons.
left.
Cam Young.
Left.
He's all right, though.
hope if it would go ahead into the bottom and it
He'll
did.
have-
so
he'll have a-
that'll help
a
him
decent
little
motor
bit,
up
but
and
it's not
down
easy
from
from
there.
right there.
No, I think he's going to have
Again, these guys
one
are just
hop through
trying to make
fringe
par right now.
and then let gravity take effect.
4, 5, and 6.
Could have been worse.
Maybe the hardest stretch
Now Hovland.
of holes at Augusta. Hovland, 6-iron.
This is what you would
It's
imagine
looking right at it.
Norway would be like, right? Where Victor's from?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's been a while since he's played a lot
This
of golf
hole
there,
high,
but
25,
somewhere in the
20
memory
feet
bank.
for
He
birdie.
did set a course record this
Can't
last
ask for
summer,
much
but the
more
weather
than
was a
that.
lot better. He
Yeah.
went way north and played a really cool little track and shot the lowest score ever, but I think it's only open about 2 months a year.
somehow fit it in his schedule.
Those 2 months, there's probably about 22 hours they're available to play, too.
You can get a lot of rounds in those 2 months.
54 holes that day.
And now Jason Day. It's just been nice to see him back here. Hadn't played in the Masters in a couple years.
You know, I agree. He's healthy. He's playing well. And he's not out of the tournament still.
No. He's going to need some help from Brooks Koepka. He has an 8-iron?
That was the
Day
delivery of like
yanked
a
it
6
left.
5-iron.
Uh,
Whatever it
Well,
was, it was
no.
a great shot.
Good, right club.
He's on the
Good
green.
shot.
30 feet, 35 feet.
Yeah, it's nice to see Jason back up on that leaderboard. Very, very talented guy. Had a lot of injuries, but coming back.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy. Very pleasant.
That counts for us.
Absolutely, it does.
Koepka 3-shot lead now through 4, playing 5. So is John Rahm alongside him. And the amateur Sam Bennett, Colin Morikawa has hit some beautiful shots in these last few minutes. He's 1 under for his 3rd round. Phil Mickelson has now dropped a shot. Still 1 under for the round. Matt
Phil at
Fitzpatrick
5.
is 3
Pretty
under for